Hey, welcome back. Sorry, it's been a little bit. Had some problem solving to do. Um, I went out today. I just got back. It's late actually, and I shot 4 magazines through this gun, 9mm, that were not powder coated, and just used the lube on there. And I shot 4 magazines through this one that were powder coated. And I haven't checked them yet. I just got back, and I want to see if there's actually any kind of lead in the barrel just to see what's going on, because I think there's a lot of what's the word, hype about how bad that could be. I mean, I understand with probably the bore in this one being that octagon bore is probably not a good gun to shoot lead through. This one's got a regular standard bore, the rifling in it. So anyway, I don't know the answer to it. I just got back just now, so we'll find out at the same time. All right, I got one of these patches here. This will show us real quick if there's any lead in the barrel. It's just a lead patch. You buy it at the gun shop. You probably buy one package up and last you a lifetime. I've had this since I was a kid, probably. Doesn't tear though. It's pretty tough stuff. This is the Glock barrel first. This is with the powder coated bullet, so I'm sure it's gonna be fine. If there's any lead on there, it shows up quick on here. You can see it shining. That's just carbon. Doesn't reflect in the light at all. So still no lead. So the waxing or the powder coating is just a personal preference thing. I don't see any kind of performance situation here. I actually put more ammo through my Canic here because it holds 19 rounds, and my Glock only holds 15. So I mean, you're talking like an extra 12 shots there. So I mean, and it's a longer barrel, so if it was going to have any kind of lead inclusion, it would have been there. So I just need to see that for myself. I never tested it before. And the reason I did that is because I have another issue that kind of popped up. Every now and then I have a feed problem, and I always chalk it up to the Canic chamber being different, because I just started noticing it when I started using this gun more and using some less. But I keep a notebook when I go shooting. Anytime I think something goes wrong, or anytime there's something notable I need to write down, I write it in my notebook. So I started going back and looking, and a while back I had the same problem with the Glock, and I'd just forgotten about it. And sometimes I believe that the powder coat is uneven, or somehow gets too thick, and it causes me some feed problems. Not very often, maybe one in probably 200, 300 maybe. Sometimes never at all, but it does happen from time to time. I've got it like 3 different places in my logbook that has happened. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do a video on waxing bullets, and then that way it's there too. So if somebody wants to do either one, I think I might go to that myself. I use this wax. It's made by Castrol. It's a stick. It's low form stick wax. I've been using it for 30 years in the machining industry, and it is phenomenal. We used to use beeswax actually before this, and then but this stuff I've used it on end mills and high speed cutting of really hard carbon steel and whatnot, and this stuff just holds up. And that's what I use on mine. Maybe that's the difference, I don't know, but it's really good stuff, and it's really easy to work with. It's fairly sticky, but it does stick to lead really well. So it cleans off easy. It just wipes right off. So, I mean, it sticks on there pretty good. But what I do is I usually melt it down on a tray, and I'll cut the bullets out just like you would with the other wax, and then size them. So I'll do a video on that, but if anybody else has any trouble with that, let me know, because I'm just kind of curious as to if there's a solution for it or not. If I get the powder coat really thin, like if it looks like, when I have trouble, they look like that, which looks good on the outside. When I get the powder coat really thin, like this gray, it's perfect. For some reason, and I've mixed this with the black, it just was a blue, but the blue seems to go it up sometimes. And it's with that shape of bullet. Like when I use this shape of bullet, when I cast these here, I've never had any kind of problem with this shape here whatsoever, the flat nose, ever. They've always fed fine. There's no issues whatsoever. Only when I use the bigger round head does it give me any kind of issues. And like I said, it's not very often, but it does happen. So, and I've not found any accuracy difference in these two bullets whatsoever. They're both the same 124 grain. And I mean, honestly, these are I think these are a little more accurate, but this is the standard 9mm type here. But so that's where I'm at with that. So I think it's just sometimes the powder coat gets uneven and causes a little feed issue. Now, I haven't polished the feed ramp in this thing yet, so there should be plenty of room though. Yeah, see, that shouldn't do that. Yeah, see how that goes in there? It's got a little bit of a bind right there, tiny bit. And I crimp all my handgun rounds too, so there's no lip on there or anything not smooth. Huh. Huh. It's smooth. That one goes right in. The gray goes right in. Yeah, I think it's just that hitting that thin coat on there. Just had powder coat has not been as easy as it's for me for some reason. Like I said before, I think it's the humidity here because it's really humid even now. Unless I'm, you know, I mean, it's not rocket science. I've done actual real powder coating too, you know, myself, and put, you know, guns and everything else, and it's not that difficult to get it right. So I know what it's supposed to go down like, and it just all the hand tumbling methods and things like that just don't work well for me for some reason. I get a batch, like I said, it'll still feed, but I think sometimes it's just uneven. I even stand all my bullets up normally when I powder coat them. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe it's all foot going down to the bottom and making the bottom of the bullet wider. But then I size it afterwards, so. But this stuff's flexible though too, so if you're sizing excess powder coat, it'll flex back to where it was. So that fits perfect. And they all fit, but they all chamber gauge fine. Just work better, I think. I don't know. It makes a shorter bullet though. People don't like that, I don't think. But they work good. Does that one. And some with the powder coat, I don't know what it is, but something I'm doing with it. It fits nicely. That's the Glock there. Now this barrel here actually has the regular rifle barrel because this is my conversion barrel. So it actually was a pretty fair test there. But this fits nicely in there. It's almost like this canic chamber is a little tighter. Maybe I'll try polishing the feed ramp on it. It's pretty good actually now, smooth. Well, I don't know. Either way, it works fine. Like I said, the powder coat, not powder coat, lube, not, and use either one works fine. So when I do make my bullets, they turn out nice and hard too. They're not soft by any means. You can't put any kind of mark on them with your fingernail or anything. I mean, not even a ding. So they're well over 18. That helps too. But I never have any come out soft. I run the heat wide open and I water quench them when I'm done, and that usually gets them good and hard. If you let them cool naturally, they're going to get softer than if you water quench them. That's a fact with any metal. I don't care what anybody else think. I've done every alloy on the planet firsthand. I've annealed it and cooled it in different ways, and it's water. Anytime you quench anything with water, I don't care what it is, Inconel, it doesn't matter what it is. It makes it more brittle and more hard. So if you let it cool naturally, it's always going to be softer. And it takes about 24 to 36 hours to actually get its full strength back. So if you're checking hardness like 12 hours after you make your bullets or whatnot, it's not going to be an accurate reading. You need to wait at least a day and a half per day, at least. So anyway, in conclusion, powder coating and waxing, there's no real advantage either way to either one. They're both the same. I got the same results. Now, I haven't tried it through my AR-15 to see if the longer barrel might be an issue. I'll do that next. But as far as pistol ammo goes, there's no advantage either way, I don't think, other than just personal preference. So, all right. Anyway, just figured I'd drop that in there. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.